Gabe's least favorite day, but here we are. We all got to do it. February 13th. Welcome, everybody. We got a great and fun show planned. AB, I got to ask you something.
Yeah.
This was pulled as a receipt like a couple weeks ago, and I've been meaning to ask you about it. One of the fans caught you in a pretty egregious lie.
Why does it lie?
I was late for my grandma's funeral once, and I walked in late, and I asked my cousin, what did I miss? He said, turns out she's not dead. And it made me laugh. It made me heavy.
Wow,
heavy topic.
okay.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
So which is it, AB? Are you the hilarious jokester, or did you steal the valor
Few things.
of your cousin?
Few things. For one, I think it kind of proves that it actually happened. Now, who said it? This is the second
Literally
question.
lying.
Second thing is, I will say, I said it. I did lie the second time because the context, I didn't know I told the story. Immediately after I did, chat started saying it. I'm like, oh shit, I did tell the story. But I was trying to, it was right after the whole chestnut situation, and I was trying to lighten the mood, but also I didn't want people saying, oh, AB always tries to make everything about himself. So instead of saying I was so funny and hilarious, my cousin told this story because
this guy is
again,
a manipulative, lying
I am being persecuted for trying to be the good guy.
Jesus, bro.
Fuck.
If that's really what happened, you're doing this gymnastics in your head. It's
that's
overthinking shit. Like
that's my daily life.
Why are you thinking so much about it? It's crazy.
I don't know. I think it's a mix of like being anxious and also, just my dad being an attorney, and like everything we did was being questioned. And my cousins who I grew up with
always have an alibi.
Yeah, always have. Even if you're doing nothing wrong, have an alibi.
Why does it lie?
Yeah. So it was you who said the funny joke.
I am fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Because I heard in another version, it was actually your grandma sat up and said it.
Yeah. It was like a weekend at
She said, "I'm not dead."
Yeah.
And then everybody laughed.
Yeah. She was like, "Surprise, motherfucker!" Jumped up.
Surprise. I saw this TikTok this morning. It's kind of in the alpha brain world. And I just thought, this really shows how dumb this shit is. Now, ice baths is like the hot new thing in the alpha world. Everybody's got to take an ice bath. Ice bath in the morning, ice bath in the afternoon. We wake up, we break the ice, we get in the ice water. Everybody's doing it. So what's the deal with the ice bath? I did a little bit of research. Because part of me is like, the skeptical part of me is like, there's no fucking way that this ice bath is that good for you. And what I found is that like, for elite athletes who are doing like insane muscle training, it can lower the, what do you call it? The
inflammation?
Inflammation. Sure. A little bit. It's not really even proven.
I mean, it intuitively makes sense because like when your muscles are sore, you put an ice pack on it. Like
but you keep the ice on it. Here you go in, if you stay in for more than 3 minutes, you get hypothermia.
Right. You're somewhat insulting Love's culture here because he mentioned before the show that it's pretty popular in Sweden, right?
Well, Sweden, but more importantly, or more in Finland. But yeah, it's a little bit of a thing here. Not massive, but in Finland, it's every night, I think, for a lot of people.
No shot.
That's
no, not
crazy.
literally. But it's a typical thing. Like you take an ice bath and then a sauna. That's like a classical
from the
Finnish
cold
thing.
to the hot. Yeah.
But I kind of feel like they just kind of stole it from us. We're doing it as like more of a social thing. And it is nice. It gives you a nice feeling when you take a dip and then go into the sauna directly. It's nice.
Sure.
There's no major like weird bro science behind it. It's just do it. It feels kind of nice. And then go into the sauna and
refreshing.
Chill with the boys, a little bit of a sauna with the boys. Come on.
Chill nude with the boys.
Yeah, I get that. That sounds fun, right?
That's
nice.
Yeah.
It's great. The bro science world needs a reality check. These guys are so far gone. Yeah, I don't know. Today I stared at the sun for a minute. I can feel my vision.
I can still see
deteriorating.
it now, hours later. A big, bright, burning ball.
I'm dedicated. God damn it. I woke up this morning. I could see the sun when my eyes closed and I didn't want to wake up. I have panic attacks when I see the sun, but I still had to look at it.
Didn't wake up.
So Dr. Ids is going to call in, apparently. I want to get his take on the ice bath. Holy shit.
All right, I'm bringing in Dr. Ids.
Dr. Ids, thank you for joining us as always.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks for reaching out.
The question today is ice baths. It's popular in the bro science world. Ice baths every day, all the time. We watched a video of a guy. He was like, this is my 49th day of doing an ice bath. I'm miserable. I hate it. I have anxiety. I can't sleep. I procrastinate looking out the window because I dread going in there so much, but I'm doing it because I'm dedicated. Is there benefits to doing these ice baths to that level that you know of?
Right. So, yeah, there's lots of avenues to this one question because, first of all, the context in which they are doing it. So this gentleman you're talking about, is he doing it as like a one thing in the morning? Is it for 1 minute? Is it for less? Is it for 10 minutes?
He does it for 3 minutes every morning. Okay. And the water's like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius.
And he showed it was -4 outside where he was doing. He was in Canada, and it was below 0 Fahrenheit.
The water was 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. So
right.
Very, very, very cold.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So this is part of the field of cold immersion therapy or like cold water immersion therapy. And there's actually been some decent data on it for, I think the strongest evidence for it is going to be surrounding post-exercise muscle recovery, right? So I know that there's a recent analysis in last year that compared lots of different types of kind of active recovery. So things like massaging, foam rolling, like a light bicycle ride kind of after your exercise session. And they found that the cold water immersion, it might not have been as cold as what you guys are talking about, but a few minutes of that within an hour or two after your exercise session does seem to improve the rate at which you recover from exercise. But in terms of so there's differences in the science. So you've got things like cold showers, right, where they're not as cold as like an ice bath. There's some emerging evidence showing that people who suffer with anxiety, they can have a reduction in their heart rate or their symptoms of anxiety. And one very interesting study I saw, I think a few months ago, was people who had cold showers compared to the other group that didn't have the cold, they had normal temperature showers. They reduced the amount of days that they called in sick to work. And that was a randomized control trial. So there are lots of emerging, interesting kind of health outcomes and cold water immersion fields of health that we're going into now. However, the evidence for any one of them isn't particularly convincing. There are sporadic pieces of evidence that we have to try and make a hypothesis by like accumulating them all together, because they use different exposures, they use different types of cold water immersion. A cold shower is different to an ice bath is different to hydrotherapy. They're all kind of different in a sense. So it wouldn't really be wise to make a generalized statement to say, an ice bath in the morning for 3 minutes is going to be good for your anxiety, when there's only been pieces of data to support that. So yeah, it is quite interesting.
Well, there it is. It seems that we are getting a timid rating of potentially interesting.
Yeah, I would say definitely, as in the next 5-10 years, we'll see a lot more evidence on it. However, it should be stated that in some people who do suffer with anxiety or depression, I know that there were some reports of it actually increasing heart rate, increasing blood pressure in some people. And in some people who might be a bit sensitive to it, it can actually increase stress and increase cortisol levels.
This guy was stressed out because of the ice bath.
Oh,
He's like, I don't want to do it. I'm having existential dread, but I'm gonna do it. Keep doing it every morning.
but so why was he doing it in the first place?
That's a good.
That's a very good question.
Because it's a vibe. It's cool.
No, I think he thinks it is beneficial,
Yeah.
and it was more like the point of the video, I guess you could say, was that it was motivational. It was like, if you dedicate yourself to something, you should do it even if you don't want to, kind of thing. And I guess he had set out to do this for 60 days in a row.
Let's show him. It's short. I'll show you the video. The first part of it is like 15 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you seeing these days? What's rubbing your tits these days on TikTok?
Oh, there's what isn't. I just today I've just responded to someone who said that the modern kind of agricultural practices are decreasing nutrients in our fruits and veggies by quite a lot. And she made the claim that in order to get the same amount of iron from an apple today, you would have to eat you would have to get the same amount of iron in an apple from 1914, you'd have to eat 25 apples today.
That's not true.
And I was like, sorry, number one, where does that come from? Number two, apples are not a source of iron anyway. It contains like 1% of your daily intake of irons. Who the hell's eating apples for iron? Like, it makes no sense, right? And then when I called her out on it, she like tried to claim that I was, I was harassing her or bullying her or whatever.
Yeah.
I just said, show me the evidence, and she cites me a National Geographic article. I was like, great. Okay.
I love that they say they putting out like this junk science, and then when you try to correct them, it's harassing and bullying. It's like, grow a pair, dude.
Right.
You're entering the public discourse. You have ideas. Let's challenge them.
And I like to think that I remain relatively respectful. I don't insult anybody. I don't call anyone names, right? And
You
apparently
leave that to me.
Yeah. Like, Ethan, you can do that for me. It's fine.
Yeah. Carnivore MD's a fucking loser freak.
Bro, honestly, he made me call him twice on Zoom prior to our debate. Yeah. I said, what's the point of us calling if you're just going to make us talk beforehand? He goes, oh, I just want to understand your position a bit more, right? So I spend half an hour digging into his terrible studies he shows me, right? And I do that twice. I spend an hour of my own time talking to him prior to debating on your platform. And then the day before he goes, yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, let's leave it.
Yeah, he was like, he wanted to see how embarrassed he was going to get.
Yeah.
What an idiot, dude.
And then I started telling my audience, like, look, just because he knows he probably wouldn't have a chance, so he wanted to use those calls to see if I had any good arguments. And the level of evidence he showed me was absolutely atrocious. Mm-hmm. It was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not surprised in the end, really. I'm not surprised.
It's minus 4 degrees Celsius out here this morning. Water temperature is 1 degree Celsius. We're going to do 3 minutes in the ice bath. And no matter what's going on in my mind right now, it's still going to be a good day.
That's it. He gets in, he does the ice bath thing. But
okay, that's very interesting, because I think this highlights that we need to be very reflective and kind of conscious to the effects of these things on ourselves individually, right? So even though there may be some benefits in some people may, train their vagus nerve to activate the parasympathetic system so it calms them down, it chills them out, right? People who have lots of like daily stressors, who are very stressed in their daily life, that's fine. Those people might find benefit. However, if you're finding that actually you're dreading going to do it, and you're generating your own anxiety and stress, going to do it every day, and you're not finding benefits in your quality of life, then why are you carrying on?
That was my reaction.
You're right.
I think it's good to do a habit that you're not very comfortable with to start, if you know that there are proven benefits. right? So like a common one would be something like increasing the amount of fiber through fruits and vegetables in your diet, right? Some people initially might get, high levels of gas or bloating, or maybe, their bowel movements might be odd, like to begin with.
What do you mean odd?
So people that aren't used to having high fibrous foods, their gut can take a disliking to it initially. So they might get a bit of diarrhea, a bit of constipation. They might get a bit of bloating. Their belly might goes out a little bit.
I just wanted to hear you describe like the different kinds of poops you might have.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, there are lots of different poops. There's like in hospital we have a stool chart for different patients, and we label them type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4 poo, and it's like
there's
we
four
have
different. There's 4 main categories.
There's like six.
Okay, what are they? Do you know off the top of your head?
Well, you got rabbit drops. Like if it looks like rabbit droplings, that's like one, like really hard, like really like bitty, like pebbles, right?
Yep.
Then you've got like the other end, which is like complete slosh, like liquid.
Slosh.
Yeah. Like imagine just like a Diet Coke.
You know what, Dr. Ids? I was on antibiotics, and then I got this really crazy thing. Did I ever show this to you? My pesto shits?
No.
Can we show him a picture? Do you mind looking at it?
Does he want to see that?
Was it green or red pesto?
Dude, it was green. It was like neon green, dude.
Oh, glow in the dark.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was. Does anyone have access to that? The pesto.
I mean, it's on your Twitter, right? You can go find it.
It's on Twitter.
He posted it on.
Well,
Twitter.
we were talking about it so much that I decided I'm just gonna put it up there for anyone that wants to see.
And that was after antibiotics.
Yeah, after antibiotics. Here it is. Oh God, are you ready, doctor?
Wait, can we show it on screen?
No, don't.
Right. So,
but
only
just
wait for
switch
him
off, right?
We can't because we have to switch to him for
Here, I have a way to do it. Just Ian will just stay on you, and I will swap what's being sent to Dr.
All right, tell me when you're ready, Dan.
Yeah, 1 second.
I must show it to everybody.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
All right, so now in a moment he should see your screen. Okay, yeah, he's seeing your screen now.
All right, so here it is, Dr. Ids. Get ready.
Yep.
I was doing a stool sample. That's what it looked like.
Wow.
That's like otherworldly,
You ever seen anything like that?
That's like, it looks like a planet.
It's so nasty. God, I can't even look at it. It makes me sick. Yeah, that was coming out of me. It's crazy. I never knew it could be green like that. And it's like vibrant green.
Here, let me see.
Yeah. That's like actually post antibiotic diarrhea is quite common actually.
Really? That color?
No, not that color, but just the concept of having distorted bowel movements for a while is pretty common. What antibiotics were they? Just by curiosity.
Gosh, I don't even remember.
It was a while ago now.
What was it that I was taking them for? I don't even remember.
What were they for? Like, what was the illness?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
C. diff.
C. diff?
Oh, was it?
No, they thought I might have C. diff.
Oh, I thought that's what you had.
No, they were saying
you were just really ill, right? And like you went to the hospital and.
Yeah, but it was after I had been on antibiotics for like a week.
But
that's what I mean. You were really ill, so you got on antibiotics, and then it made you worse.
I don't remember what my illness was though, but anyway.
Was it ill with the poops or something else?
No, it wasn't poop related at all. I remember that. A little bit of like a guacamole there with maybe like garlic. You think about maybe taking a tortilla chip to that?
Stop.
I think it looks like egg drop soup in my opinion.
Stop.
Right, I see that. I see that. Well, except green.
Right.
I'm surprised there's no sweet corn in there.
There's no what?
Sweet corn.
There's no sweet corn.
Sweet corn? Yeah. Yummy.
Horrific.
Well, there it is. Okay, so
that is very green.
So there it is. Dr. Ids, you heard it here. Have you ever seen a shit like that in your career?
I've seen some pretty bad ones with blood and like clots of mucus. and stuff in it.
That's worrying.
Especially after bowel surgery.
Alfredo, where are you going? Don't go back there.
Yeah, that's
But
that sounds bad.
But the green,
that color, that color, I've not seen.
There it is.
I've not seen that.
It's a medical. It's a medical mystery.
You're very special.
So
Your bowels are very special. Ethan.
Glad to show you something new for the first time, Doctor.
No, that was insightful.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the input there, Dr. Ids. I appreciate you calling in as always.
Just one thing I will say, I forgot to mention about cold baths, is that I would not recommend it at all for anyone who's got pre-existing cardiovascular disease, heart disease, anyone that's had a prior history of stroke or they're on the risk for stroke, because when you immerse your body in extremely cold water, your body responds by vasoconstricting your vessels, right? So it narrows your vessels.
Right.
Meaning, so if you've already got narrowed blood flow because you've got plaque and your arteries are a bit narrow, right? You've had strokes or previous occlusions in your vessels, then by further constricting it, you could cause something called ischemia, which is lack of oxygen and nutrient supply to your tissues. So you might make the problem even worse.
Well, don't worry, Dr. Ids. Joe Rogan's heart is perfectly healthy and definitely not enlarged.
From years of human growth hormone.
Yeah, he's good. Don't worry, Dr. Ids. After 20 years of eating only elk meat and egg yolk and taking human growth hormone, I'm sure his heart is in perfect condition.
I'm such a sucker.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope most of his audience have sense enough to not follow.
They don't.
Probably, yeah. Well, I can still hope. I hope your audience has enough sense, actually.
Nobody here's taking ice baths. I guarantee that. We're not the type of people, Dr. Ids.
Good, I'm glad.
All right,
Oh, pleasure.
listen, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Thank you
Give
very
it up
much.
for
Thank
the
you very
doctor,
much.
the good doctor.
Appreciate you. And I appreciate you always able to get on a call with us. You're the man. Dr. Ids, ladies and gentlemen. TikTok marvel. TikTok legend. Legendary doctor, researcher.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
Extraordinaire. Are you still single, doctor? There's lots of inquiries in chat.
I am. I
Okay.
am. Okay. Hopefully sometime this year, within the next 12 months, I do want to settle down.
Okay, a doctor's looking to settle down, girls.
Just saying.
Uh-oh. When you mention you're a doctor, do the faces light up of the women in general when you speak to them?
Usually they know that I'm a doctor before they know me. So
Your reputation precedes you.
like I don't ever just walk around going, "Hi, if you didn't know, I'm a doctor."
Right. You don't find yourself in situations like at a bar, having a pint. Oh, you don't drink, do you?
I don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink.
Yeah, so there that is.
So, yeah. I mean,
Shame.
I do
You
like
gotta
to think
get up there
I
and
make...
you got to swing that around a little bit.
Yeah.
The doctor title. What do you guys think of saying? Not his dick.
Well, if you guys can get me a wife, that'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay.
We can definitely work on that. We can make anything
Right
happen.
on that.
All right, doctor. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Have a good
Take
one.
care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Yeah. This man's a doctor. He's not even out there swinging it around. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor.
Dr. Riz.
Megan Fox just became available.
So true.
Just saying.
As long as that train is burning, there's going to be more UFOs.
Right. Good point.
Yeehaw! Out here in my vinyl chloride.
Oh.
Can I like me a cocktail with extra vinyl chloride?
You need to figure out and work on a Midwestern accent, because people
What's a
from
Midwestern accent?
People, it's like the Oshkosh Gosh,
Like Chicago, my good friend.
Yeah, there you go.
From Chicago, John
That's
Wayne
not
Gacy.
funny at all.
Yeah, that's how I talk.
That's not fun. Zach,
What?
prove him wrong.
That's right.
Like bovine creatures?
That's a cow, Zach. A bovine's a
A bovine is a cow?
Yes.
Oh, it's news to me.
What did you think it was?
Isn't a bovine like what? Isn't that like a No, I'm thinking of a kangaroo. A kangaroo is a marsupial.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes.
It's a
Not, it doesn't
marsupial.
even sound similar.
Completely unrelated.
Yeah, totally unrelated.
Bovine.
Yeah, that'd be a cow.
A bovine creature.
Bovine. Bovine.
Bovine.
Like have more wine with your bovine.
Herb?
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Hi, Dad. It's bread. Yeah. You're looking good. Yeah.
Thank you.
You got a love in your life, huh? You two got any spicy plans for Valentine's Day? Huh? You gonna smooch it up a little bit? You gonna take her out to the Walmart parking lot, maybe slice open a hefty bag of tuna fish, lay it all out on the asphalt, and roll around in it, huh? I bet you she'd love that. Oh, yeah. Gosh, Dan, where do I begin? You had the creamiest little scalp. Uh-huh, yeah. A CLS, as Kenneth would say, remember this? We used to slather that puppy in some pickled mudfish and then unleash Maurice and let him have his way. Yeah.
Maurice. Yeah, remember Maurice.
How the pussy's doing? Good? Still hairy? Still wrestling around?
Yep.
Cute little fuckers, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Old Tara and Celis.
Uh-huh, right.
Wish them the best for me, huh? Dolphin die 5-5. Eek. Oh, wow. It's crazy what time does to people, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Okie doke. I'm gonna get the hell out of here now. Yeah, so you two get weird. All right. Cool. Enjoy your Warhammer.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, you know, stay away from the pipes of the meat variety. 'Cause, you don't like either meat. Alrighty. Just gonna jet on out of here.